But I think it's important for all of you to understand the power that you hold in both setting the political agenda and changing what this government is doing. Just this week in Parliament, the Greens were questioning the Minister of Immigration in relationship to the call that came from the community, and our Palestinian community specifically, around the need to have humanitarian special visas to ensure that people would be able to be reunited with their families. And for people like us in Parliament, we draw strength from the movement on the ground and the fact that the calls for this humanitarian special visas is coming from the communities affected. And this is why it's impossible for the Minister of Immigration to properly push back on those issues, because when she's pushing back, talking about not wanting to grant humanitarian special visas because she doesn't want to grant, quote, false hope, she ignores the fact that for the communities affected, this isn't about granting false hope. This is well knowing that whether we choose to support communities being displaced by genocide or war are political decisions. And in the same way the government showed a sense of urgency when Ukrainians were facing displacement as a result of war, this government has chosen to not act with urgency to support granting humanitarian special visas so that Palestinian communities can be joined by their relatives in Gaza. And I just want to say the notion of granting safe passage for those people to be able to leave is separate to whether we grant those special visas. We can do both. And in fact, we need a government that can show range, to be calling for all the things that a community is calling for. We need a government that is putting international pressure to call for an immediate ceasefire. We need a government that it is creating and actively working with their counterparts to create aid corridors and safe exit routes where necessary. We need a government that it is creating immigration pathways, not for visitor visas, but for residency visas to give people certainty. There is a reason why when we look and research the rates of visas being granted to Israeli nationals, those have been throughout the time around 7 times higher than the visas being granted to Palestinians. And that is because Israeli nationals in Israel are not facing a genocide. There's a reason why visitor visas can actually be granted to Israeli nationals, because they can go back, because they have a safe place to go back, and people in Gaza do not have the privilege and the benefit